and welcome to Blind Amy channel. I'm your host, Blind Amy, of course, and this is the channel where we talk about blindness, beauty, and pretty much anything else I want to talk about. So hopefully you'll get value, because it's not worth me talking if you're not getting value from this. But getting to my point of what today's is about, and we are going to talk about some of my recommendations to advice, hopefully, for college students, new college students, like whether it's you're just finished high school or you've not been in school for a while and you're going back into college type of thing, but you're new to a visual impairment. Whatever your case might be, it's pretty similar in some instances. All right, now here's my rundown of some of my recommendations. One is make friends with the people in your accessibility office. Doesn't matter what campus you're on, you're gonna have people that are in an accessibility office. Some have bigger offices than others, but I suggest you make friends with at least one of the paid staff there, and make friends with your student workers. Those are the people that are going to be reading the test to you, things like that. So you want to make friends with them, because one, you can kind of find out, who's going to be the best person for you to read tests, because everybody has different styles. If you've had something read to you before by a couple different people, everybody's got a different style. So finding out, who you're kind of compatible with will go a long way in terms of helping you navigate the waters of the semester, because you can also not only make friends, but they can help you out. Like if you're struggling with homework, stuff like that, sometimes they will help you out. Sometimes, not always. That's why I say make friends with them, because it's not a requirement that they do so. Then my second recommendation is to know your assistive tech. Practice it, study it, learn it, so that way when you're in the class, you're not trying to figure out your assistive tech, you're actually learning to learn. I've done this myself, and that's why I give you the suggestion, because I've been in classes where I'm trying to figure out like a braille display or something like that, and that's not what I needed to be doing. I need to be focusing on what the professor is actually talking about. So making sure whatever it is, I don't care if it's an iPad with a Bluetooth keyboard, because I've been there, done that too. I don't care what you're using to be in the classroom with, just make sure you know it and know it well. There's nothing like being in the middle of working on a group project and your magnifier dies because you didn't realize you didn't have that much battery life left in it. So those are some of the things that, at least with assistive tech, that I recommend. The third thing would be to talk with your professors. Now, one of the big things I want you to keep in mind when you are talking to your professors is, yes, they are a professor. Yes, they have a PhD or a master's degree in some field. That does not mean that they know anything about blindness. I promise you, I've met very smart people that are very smart in their field, but when it comes to disabilities, it'd be like a monkey doing a math problem. They don't know. So therefore, just talk to them, be like, I know what I'm doing here, but this is what I need from you. And that's good. They're not going to hold your hand. They're not going to do the homework for you. They're not going to be, oh, poor thing. No, because they want you to do the homework, and they don't really care how it gets done. So that's where your accessibility office comes in handy. And then if you do have problems with your professor, you've had the talk with them, of course, your accessibility office, when you sign up with them, they will send out letters to your professors telling them what sort of accommodations you need and those sorts of things. And then when you talk to them, it's a way to verify, one, that they actually got it to the right professor, because sometimes with campuses, there's more than one professor with that name. It has happened before. And two, they know who you are, and that time, allow them to ask questions. They may not have time that first day, so don't expect to have a 20-minute conversation with them on the first day of class. It's probably not going to happen, but you could make time to go sit with them during their office hours or something like that. Just make a little bit of effort, and it will make the rest of your school, the semester, a lot easier. I promise you that. My fourth recommendation, and if you've been a student longer than, a couple months, you're going to know that as a blind student, blind, visually impaired, whatever you want to call yourself, if you have a 2200 or worse, you're blind in my book. But one of the things that you need to think about is it takes you twice as long to typically do what other students do. So, and that's usually because you have a workaround. You're doing it this way or that way. It takes you longer to edit. It's going to take you probably a little bit longer to read through unless you have audio and you go a little bit faster, which I wish that was an option when I was younger. But just plan for that. Don't wait to the last minute. I'm constantly a procrastinator and wait to the last minute to do things. So be proactive and trying to making sure you're not spending too much time hanging out with friends, or don't spend too much time studying either. Moderate. That would probably be my fifth recommendation. Moderation. College is a new experience and you should have lots of fun with it, and everything in moderation. Do not be spending too much time partying, and don't be spending too much time studying. Take, 1 or 2 nights out of the week to go have fun with friends, eat pizza, do something. Just moderation. Be good to yourself. And hopefully these are some tips that will help you make your semester just a little more successful. We'll see what happens. But if you have recommendations for other people, leave them in the comments. Would love to hear what other recommendations you have. These are just sort of my basic out of the gate recommendations. Now, if you liked the video, like it, subscribe, share with friends, and do all the things, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay blessed.